Hi, and welcome to another episode of Yomp TV, real life marketing examples from the front line, and I'm here today to conclude our three-part series on making money online. Now, series one, in this series, the first episode was affiliate marketing, the second episode was software marketing or software products online, and the third one is now e-commerce, which is obviously the more common known, online shops buying products online. So we say the last and most easily understood and commonplace way of making money online to the last one. And it was so powerful, online shops. I mean, let's not be silly. We all buy products online. We all understand things like Amazon, etc. Buying products online. So how should you get started and how are we actually going to do it? Now, I am all about doing this in a passive income type model, a way of being able to do it without swapping your time for money. So I'm not asking you to be an online shopkeeper and sit there and do, everything yourself. But what you can do is that you can find your niche of where you want to be in terms of your online shop. You then need to find a way of stocking a few good items that you can sell well, and then you write a lot of content around that and really push those online e-commerce markets. Because that, at the end of the day, if you want to set up and try and be the next Amazon, then good luck. But I think that there's going to be a lot of problems in the way of doing that. So bringing out your own line of clothing or bringing out your own brand of gifts products or something along those lines could work well because it's a bit more of a niche. Okay, so where have we got our inspiration to be able to give you a passive income model? Well, if you want some inspiration, look at the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, and we'll stick that into the show notes here. He talks about how he created a health supplement product where he would talk about how people should use these products and how they would get, big and muscly using them. And then obviously he would then sell those products online to go in line with the blogs that he had, and that was his e-commerce products. But what he did is that he had a drop shipping facility, and this is a warehouse that then ships the products for you when they receive the order. And he also outsourced the management of his e-commerce website, so then he didn't go anywhere near that product. It would just run on its own in a passive income model. So someone managing the website would send the order to the person managing the warehouse, who would send the orders out to the customer, and it completes the circle, and Tim Ferriss in his book tells you how you can sit out of that. So that's how I would say that you guys should actually look at making your passive income models for e-commerce. I'll give you a quick five-step model guide on the side here on how to get started. But we're obviously, like all this series, we're going to go into more detail later on the Yomp website. So let me just go on to the 5 steps of creating an e-commerce store online. So step one is you've got to work out what type of e-commerce product you are. So are you going to sell products? Are you going to sell a download? So that might be an info product like a guide to, whatever it is, but it's an expensive guide to, so people would buy it for $9.99. So that's an e-commerce product. Or to do a subscription site. So people would spend £5 a month and subscribe to your premium content on your subscription site. That's still e-commerce. So that's step one, you've got to decide your type of e-commerce. So step two is decide your shipping method. So obviously if you're going to be doing an info product, then your shipping method is going to be more along the lines of delivery email, securing that email, people downloading it. But obviously if you are like Tim Ferriss was, wanting to ship actual physical product to people, then that's going to be more along the lines of having a drop ship facility, and people will be able to then send it out for you through the post and looking at international, etc. So you've got to decide how you're going to ship out your product and the most time efficient, economical way for your customers and for you to be able to ship the product. So step three is deciding what type of shopping type method you're going to have. So are you going to have a shopping cart type method where people can buy multiple products, or are you going to have just the buy now, download type product? So that's also important to understand. Number 4 is how you're going to take payment. So are you going to use a third party? So that would be someone like PayPal or Google Checkout, or are you going to actually become a merchant? Now a merchant, and we've set up merchant accounts for customers who are e-commerce customers of Yomp Marketing, and it's a big pain, but in the end, if you're going to do a high volume of transactions on your website, it pays to have the merchant account because it's a slightly less percentages per transaction of having a merchant account versus doing all your selling through PayPal. Okay, and 5 is looking at the other aspects that you need to think about before setting up your e-commerce shop. So if you are a physical shop now on the high street and you want an e-commerce shop, then thinking about how's your stock control going to work with your online stock control, or how is your accountancy package going to work with your online accountancy package, and making sure they plug in. And there's lots of other things like how you're going to promote the website afterwards, you know, and how you're going to do things like customer feedback, or how are they going to contact you if there's a problem, or returns policy. So just think about all those what ifs in there. But we'll go through all of this in a lot more detail later on in a couple of months' time when we produce the definitive guides on starting an e-commerce shop. So hopefully that's given you a bit of a whistle-stop tour of e-commerce. Check out Tim Ferriss' 4-Hour Workweek. Honestly, it's a great book, and it's really good about how you can create your life to be able to go and have mini retirements whilst products online work for you. And e-commerce is the way that he did it. So yeah, have a look at that. Have a think about e-commerce, and that was another real-life example from the front line. We look forward to seeing you in the next episode. It's Richard Woods signing out of e-commerce.